welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would show you how I set up my feed. My feed, as you could probably see, is already attached to my giving set, and now I am just going to put my giving set inside my machine. So I'll just turn my camera around, move a bottle of fluid. So I'm going to show you how I do this. So basically I get this, I have to wrap this round my machine like so. And then we have to basically pull. Now, as you can see, because it's on gravity at the moment, some of the feed has actually started to come down the tube. Don't know if you can see that. Which is fine because, as I said, it's got to go around anyway. So that's perfectly fine. You always need to make sure that the smooth part of this is at the front. Once it's securely around the wheel, you close and then you basically switch it on. You just got to wait for it to finish. And then once it's finished, you press the clear button. Mine's already set to the dose that I need. So you press dose. Then if you wanted to set mils as well, you would basically press the mil button, but my mils and dosage has already been set. So I just press that again. And then I basically hold down the fill set. And as you can see, it will fill up my tube. So I'm just going to put it back here. And as you can see, it is filling up. So we just have to wait till it gets to the end. And my tube is a little bit twisted right now, so I'm just going to unhook it so that it's not got any little knots in or anything. There we go. Okay, so we have to wait till it gets up to here. Normally it's supposed to stop by itself, but sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes we have to stop it for it. As you can see, it's literally pretty much nearly there. So just go for a few more seconds. Gravity is actually a really good thing. Obviously mine doesn't look like it's going to stop, so I've stopped it for it. Okay, now this is probably because gravity has used some of it. So now that my machine is all set up, I'm going to put it in that little box there to keep hold of my machine, just while I do everything else that I need to do. So before we do any type of attachment of feed or anything, you need to flush your tube. Now, I do 10 90ml flushes a day. And that's mainly because of the fact that I have orthostatic intolerance, and also because of the fact that it's supposed to help keep the bowels regular. So this is a great tip as well if you need to carry water around but don't want to carry a very big bottle around. You can use a baby bottle, which has been very helpful since I learnt that. So I'm just going to undo this bottle because my baby bottle is almost empty and I need to do a 90ml flush. So I'm just going to top this up. My alarm goes off every 3 minutes on my machine, so if it goes off, you'll have to excuse while I pause it while I do my flush, because you can't do flushes overly quickly, especially if it's going into your bowel, which is why we don't do bolus feedings into your bowel. So what we do with this is we basically syringe up what we need. So first of all, I need 60 mils, and then make sure the air's out of it, because the last thing you want is to put a ton of air into your bowel. Unscrew the top. Now mine's fairly clean because I've not long cleaned it, but as long as you don't touch the end of here or the end of here, you shouldn't really need to clean it. Sometimes I'll get an alcohol wipe and clean it, but right at the moment it doesn't really need cleaning. So, and then we basically push, stop, push again, stop, and we do this until we do the 90 mils. So just bear with me while I do this. The dogs are fighting at the minute, but if you want to know more information about how to set up feeds or how to do flushes, or why I'm, you know, doing the push start motion, then, you know, all you have to do is comment below. My tube, as you can see, has been left really, really long. And then obviously you have the giving set. Now I have an IV pole, which I purchased myself. I did not get it. And that is to help me get it around the house instead of carrying a heavy bag around with me, just because of the fact that it's easier. When it's on the back of my wheelchair, I will show you while I finish doing this. That's the alarm going off, so bear with me a second. So just press this pause button. So I will show you as I will demonstrate. On the back of my wheelchair, don't know if you can see, where are we? On the back of my wheelchair, you'll find there's a small bag, which is, where am I going? There's a small bag there. Anyway, where am I? There. Okay, I'm not very good at this. There. There's a small blue and crisscross bag there. And right on the far side, there is a carabiner. And I'll hang the bottle on the carabiner, and I will put the machine inside the bag, so that it protects the bag from the machine from the elements. So like if it's raining or anything, and I will just leave the tubes exposed. So I've literally nearly finished this first 60 mils, which, to be fair, I'm probably doing too quick, to be fair. But they usually say do a push start motion, and it usually helps. Again, apologies for the dogs in the background. Now I usually just hold back there, and the reason I am holding the end of this in my mouth, which I'll explain again in a minute when I can talk. Okay. Oh. Too much. Okay, so the reason I held that in the back of my mouth is because if I was to tip this upside down and wait for, and basically while I syringe up my next 30 mils, it would basically leak all over me. So it'll basically leak the water all over me, and it would leak probably bile over me as well, which is not ideal. You sometimes get covered in water, and if, like yesterday, my dog was distracting me, I ended up squirting like almost 30 mils of water all over my legs. Some people use a blanket to put over their legs, because some of the people will do medications down their tube, which again have to be followed by flushes. And then that's that. So I've just done that 30 mils pretty quickly. And then once that's done, you basically unscrew, hold it up in the air like I said, because you don't want it leaking all over you. Take the lid off, which I'm going to use my teeth. Take the lid off. I need to wipe this. I'm just going to give it a quick wipe because it's leaked. Fasten onto your tube, which is done. And then we're going to press the start button. And that is how I set up my feeds. And every, I'd say, hour or hour and a half, feed will be stopped, and that is so that I can do more 90 ml flushes. So I hope you've enjoyed this little video. Sorry if it's been all over the place, and again about the noise of the dogs playing in the background. But yeah, my top tips for sorting out your feed is basically to make sure that you flush your tube before you attach your feed. Make sure you have everything you need in front of you. So like I've had my syringes. You have to use a brand new syringe every single time for a jejunostomy tube. Something that I've actually just done wrong, which I do all the time, is I connect to my feed and realise that it's not actually under my shirt. And then obviously the dogs can play it. So I'm literally just going to get my tube back again. Just going to wait for this to do its second run. Okay, so that's stopped. Now I'm going to press the pause button again, just for a few seconds. And the reason I'm doing that is so that I can undo this. Hold that up so that that little bit of food goes into my tube and not into me. Sorry, not all over me. Not into me, because it's supposed to go into me. Pull my tube out from under my top, re-undo the cap like this, and then refasten the feed to the tube like so, and repress the start button. And that way my tube is under my top and I don't have to worry about it catching on anything. I also have tubey grips, which basically help, but with me having the IV pole, it actually really helps. And the reason for that is because it can basically just loop around, and it's really helpful. But yeah, so my top tips would be to make sure you use a brand new syringe every single time, and it actually says on your packaging, single use only. See? So you're supposed to use a new syringe every single time for a jejunostomy tube. Mainly a nasal jejunostomy tube. I did ask, some hospitals will allow you to use cool boiled water for flushing jejunostomy tubes, but my local hospital likes us to use sterile water, which comes in litre bottles. And like I said, these bottles are quite big, they're quite heavy. If you're carrying your feed around with you, your bag can become really heavy. So it's ideal to always put your sterile water in a sterilised baby bottle, and it's easy to carry around with you as well. And this holds 250 mils, but I always fill it up to the corner here, which is roughly around 300 mils, and that will give me at least 4 flushes while I'm out, if not a bit less than 4 flushes. So yeah, that's pretty much my my clues, or my tips rather, not clues, brain fog moment, on how to do flushes, how I've set up my feed. So I will be on this now for a good few hours, and yeah, when you finish your feed, you basically turn the machine off, you disconnect, you flush your tube, and you discard any feed that may be left over. In my case, my feed bottle is empty. So yeah, I hope that you have a nice day. I hope you're enjoying the sunshine, and I hope you enjoyed this how to set up your feed tutorial. So enjoy your day, and I'll speak to you again soon.